Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please rise for the national anthems of Belize and Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister of Belize, the Honorable John Briceño. President of the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries, Mr. Mark Edgehill. Chairman of the Belize Coalition of Services Providers, Dr. Dion Chamberlain Miranda. Directors of the TTCSI. Executive Director of Caribbean Export Development Agency, Mr. Deodat Maharaj. Chief Executive Officer of the TTCSI, Ms. Vashti Gaideen. Services Specialist, Caribbean Export, Ms. Alison Francis. CEOs and Presidents of our Caribbean Coalition of Services Industries. Finalists of the Caribbean Lawrence Placide Awards 2021. Graduates of the Services Go Global Program 2021. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to the inaugural Caribbean Lawrence Placide Awards. I am Nicholas Lazarus, Research and Trade Specialist at the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries. I will be your moderator at this evening's ceremony. The TTCSI is committed to staying true to the ethos of the late Lawrence Placide in building regional capacity, and this award is another tribute to that vision. I am delighted to welcome Mr. Mark Edgehill, President of the TTCSI, to deliver opening remarks and provide details about the awards. Mr. Edgehill.
Thank you, Nicholas. Mr. Lazarus, our moderator. Prime Minister of Belize, the Honorable John Briceño. President of the Belize Coalition of Service Providers, Dr. Dion Chamberlain Miranda. Directors of the TTCSI, Executive Director of Caribbean Export, Mr. Deodat Maharaj. CEO of the TTCSI, Ms. Vashti Gaideen. Services Specialist of Caribbean Export Development Agency, Ms. Alison Francis. CEOs and Presidents of our Caribbean Coalitions of Services Industries. family of the late Lawrence Placide, Mrs. Avalon Placide, and Ms. Anne Marie Placide, nieces and nephews who are joining us from the United States, finalists of the Caribbean Lawrence Placide Awards 2021, graduates of the Services Go Global Program 2021, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the annual Caribbean Lawrence Placide Awards 2021. I would like to extend a warm Trinidad and Tobago welcome to all of our Caribbean neighbors who are joining us this afternoon. As the oldest coalition of services industries in the region, and as we celebrate our 15th anniversary this year, we chose to mark this occasion by extending this prestigious award to our Caribbean affiliates. Though I did not have the honor of knowing Lawrence Placide personally, I have learned a considerable amount about him from Vashti and Alison these past months. This award was designed to recognize the contribution made by Mr. Lawrence Placide to the development of the services sector in the Caribbean region. Larry, as he was known to many, started his career in foreign affairs and in the 1990s was assigned to the World Trade Organization, where he focused specifically on the General Agreement on Trade and Services, otherwise known as GATS, and was recognized as one of the top experts on trade and services in the Caribbean region. He played an instrumental role in the negotiations of the FTAA, Free Trade Area of America's Trade Agreement for CARICOM, the Mutual Recognition Agreement for Architects under the EU CARIFORM Economic Partnership Agreement of 2008, and the CARICOM Canada Trade and Development Agreement, to name a few of the many agreements he worked on. In the build-up to the EU CARIFORM EPA, the heads of governments of CARICOM took a decision to establish coalitions of services industries. As the leading authority on trade and services in Trinidad and Tobago, and given his experience as the head of the TT Chambers International Trade Negotiations Unit, Lawrence Placide emerged as the first president of the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries, better known as the TTCSI. He was a keen advocate for the development of the sector and for Caribbean integration, and epitomized Black Stalin's The Caribbean Man. Larry also mentored many of his colleagues and young professionals in the international trade field, including the TTCSI's former and present CEOs, Mr. Niraj Tiwari and Ms. Vashti Gaidi. He was a great resource in the field of trade negotiations, and his knowledge and experience has been sorely missed at a regional level. These are just some of the reasons why this award has been named in his honor, and we aim to continue the work he has pioneered for many years. Ladies and gentlemen, the Caribbean Lawrence Placide Award truly reflects the vision and aspiration of Lawrence Placide, and we look forward to working with you in partnership to raise the profile of this award each and every year. In closing, the best way I am told to describe who Larry was is through a famous Jamaican saying, and I hope I'm getting this correct. I hope if there are any Jamaicans, I can be corrected. He was little, but he was talawa. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and please enjoy this evening's proceedings.
Thank you, Mr. Edgell. We will now hear from someone who knew Lawrence Placide well and worked closely with him, the Chief Executive Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, Dr. Ramesh Ramdeep.
Hi, good afternoon all. I'm here to congratulate the winner of the Go Global Service Provider Award, named on behalf of Larry Placide and given by the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services on behalf of Larry Placide. Congratulations to the winner. You would have entered this award and engaged in the process in the program offered by the coalition and come out on top. You have developed an export plan, and I'm told that you will be rewarded for it. They will help you work through your process to ensure that the success of your business is realized in the shortest possible time. So kudos to the winner. But my job here today is really and truly to say a little bit about Larry Placide. Who's Larry Placide? I've known Larry Placide since the 1990s, late 1990s. I know him as a friend, a colleague, a co-worker. I know Larry when he worked at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He was placed in the mission in Geneva. He worked at TIDCO. He worked at the Chamber. He worked with the CARICOM Secretariat, the trade negotiation team. He partnered with a number of negotiations. EPA, he worked with, when a former minister put a team together, a specialized team to engage in negotiation in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm saying all this to say that Larry Placide participated in all this process, not as an individual, not representing Trinidad and Tobago, but a Caribbean person. Larry was a true Caribbean man. He epitomizes what a Caribbean person is supposed to be. In my engagements with Larry, he always say, Ramesh, listen, we're doing this not for self, not for country. We're doing this for the Caribbean. We need to ensure that the Caribbean build capacity, grow their operations, allow businesses, both trade in goods and trade in services, to be world-class competitors, competing in the global scale and being successful in the global scale. Larry has taught me a lot. When I first started, he took me under his wings. I was specializing in the area of goods. He was specializing in the area of services. But the kind of person Larry is that he extended himself, his knowledge, everything he knew about this field of trade in goods, trade in services to anyone who was willing to listen. Unfortunately, I was willing to listen, and I am better for it today. It allowed me to be the trade specialist that I am today, to do the things that I do for the TTNA, for our members, for country, for Caribbean. But Larry was beyond that. He was a friend. We became very close. He came to my activities in my house. I remember one particular instance where I asked Larry to come to an engagement to my house. He said, Ramesh, I'm really busy. I'll try my best. When everything finished, 12 o'clock in the night, Larry showed up and brought life back to the party. He was that type of person, really considerate, really caring, really loving kind of individual. As I said, love for family, love for friends, love for country, love for the region. If all of us could be half the person that Larry Placide was, the world will be a better place. Larry, we miss you. We continue to miss you. To the coalition, kudos for doing this and recognizing Larry and naming this award in his name. Well done, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ramdi. We will also hear from the Chief Executive Officer of the American Chamber of Commerce of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Nirad Tawari.
Good afternoon. It's a real honor to be here to celebrate Larry Placide. And I must start by congratulating Vashti and the entire TTCSI team for taking the initiative to build this award in this way. Larry was an extremely special person to me personally as a friend. I wrote when he passed that he was a friend like none other than I ever had. Larry was the kind of friend whom I could call on for anything personal or work and anything in between, and he would always make time and give great advice. That is the kind of person that he was. Larry was also my boss at TTCSI when I came in, and Larry showed a kind of resolve and wisdom that carried us through our initial years. Dealing with difficult situations, you wanted no one better than Larry at your side. I'll end by sharing a little story about Larry's commitment to excellence and his role in the region. One time at a regional services meeting, one of those multi-day events, of course we went out in the evening and we had a good lime, but the lime inevitably came back to work and we were spending time discussing the EPA. And Carlos Wharton, then at, I believe, Caribbean Export, who was a good friend to both of us as well, got into it with Larry over some provisions of the EPA and pointed out to Larry that there were things in the document that Larry said weren't there. Of course, the lime continued and we all went in. And by the time we woke up in the morning, we went in very late, and by the time we went in the morning and we woke up, Larry had already sent an email to us all saying that Carlos was right. He went and checked. Larry would not do anything to allow someone to go unrecognized. And his commitment to excellence was such that even if he were wrong, he was not too big to say so, and he would go and find a way to improve. So this award is very, very fitting, and I certainly hope, like the organizers, like the TTCSI, that the awardees and all those aspiring to the awards go out and make the Caribbean proud and build globally competitive services companies. To my friend Larry Placide, I'm glad that he is being recognized today and that his name will live on through this award. I wish you all best of success and much love. Stay safe.
Thank you, Mr. Tawari. I now invite our CEO to launch the first Services Go Global e-catalog.
Thank you, Nicholas. Prime Minister of Belize, the Honorable John Briceño, President of the TTCSI, Mr. Mark Edgell, President of the Belize Coalition of Services Providers, Dr. Dion Chamberlain, Directors of the TTCSI, Executive Director of Caribbean Export, Mr. Deodat Maharaj, Services Specialist of Caribbean Export, Ms. Alison Francis, CEOs and Presidents of our Caribbean Coalition of Services Industries, family of Larry, Avalon, and Anne-Marie, finalists of the Lawrence Placide Award 2021, graduates of SGG 2021, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. One of the silver linings of the pandemic has been the increased use of technology to connect businesses with consumers. As the Coalition of Services Industries in CARIFORUM member states navigated the rough waters of 2020-2021, one of the mechanisms we use to ensure that service providers and industries can survive and thrive was to research, develop, and implement a robust strategy for Caribbean businesses to go global. In less than 2.5 years, the TTCSI, with support from Caribbean Export Development Agency, has been able to produce more than 150 Services Go Global graduates from 7 CARIFORUM member states. There were many export lessons learned from this project. I will briefly share some of these with you now. 1, going global is not an easy journey. The biggest obstacle in achieving global reach is changing the modus operandi of services providers and entrepreneurs. Going global requires an exporter's mindset. And unless this is realized, businesses will have limited success in their export endeavors. Secondly, an exporter's mindset can be inculcated through tailored coaching and mentoring. One-on-one guidance and support are an integral part of the internationalization process. Thirdly, we need to create a culture where we learn from each other's challenges. And more importantly, we must not be discouraged when encountering the inevitable initial difficulties. These export challenges can only be overcome if we have the right vehicle to make this a reality. There is no better time than now for the Caribbean region to establish an export academy for services. Ladies and gentlemen, I am making a bold call today, hoping that the powers that be work with us to make this a reality. Radical steps must be taken to move the services economy forward. I envision that the Caribbean Export Academy will be a virtual facility that will be available for Caribbean service providers and firms to access a diverse range of tools and training to enhance their capacity to access new markets. The core objectives of the Caribbean Export Academy will be: one, to inculcate an exporter's mindset among service providers in the Caribbean region. Secondly, to provide access to the SGG training program to all potential service exporters in the region. To monitor and track the progress of SGG graduates. To provide coaches and mentors for SGG graduates. To help establish financial sourcing partnerships for SGG graduates. And finally, to provide access to export tools and strategies to support business expansion internationally. The TTCSI stands ready to assist in making this Caribbean Export Academy a reality. This is a call to action. Let us build a cadre of what I call global Caribbeans. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, it is my pleasure to reveal, through funding from Caribbean Export, our first electronic services Go Global catalog. These are all certified SGG graduates who, with an enabling environment in the region, will become global Caribbeans.
Thank you, Ms. Gaidin. It is almost time to announce our winners. But before we do so, we will hear from Dr. Nsombi Jaja, Services Go Global Master Trainer. Following Dr. Jaja, Ms. Michelle Hustler, Chief Judge and Services Go Global Master Trainer, will announce the winners.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols having been observed, I would like to say what an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege it is for me to be participating in this amazing ceremony this afternoon, recognizing the winners of the Services Go Global training, and also the amazing work that Lawrence Placide has planted and sown in the service sector in the Caribbean to enable this award. I'd like to congratulate TTCSI, Vashti, and the team for being a beacon in the services coalition for the rest of the Caribbean. We can say that this TTCSI is really the benchmark. And the work that you have been doing is really based on a big vision, resilience, and a mindset that, yes, you can win. I'd also like to thank the Caribbean Export for the vision, and not just the vision, the determination to really put resources into this SGG program to strengthen the services industries in the Caribbean, because we have seen that those who have participated in the program and have really taken it seriously and not given up, as Vashti just said, can take their business to places that they never dreamed capable. So what the Caribbean Export SGG program has done It's equipped the participants with the knowledge and the skills and the abilities and the tools to be able to develop a robust export plan, but not just develop it, execute it as well. Because you and I know that it's in execution that we get the results. However, as Vashti said, the mindset that accompanies the knowledge, skills, and abilities is so important for success. And without it, there will be no sustained success. That participants need to understand that they need to go beyond the place of intellect to the place of emotion and build their emotional intelligence to that highest form of intelligence, spiritual intelligence, recognizing that it is here that the belief in heart and mind and soul and spirit will give them the strength and the resilience to persevere regardless of the circumstances. All of us know what the roller coaster of change is like. And all of us know that there are peaks and valleys in this business called life. There are peaks and valleys in this business of business. And so it is absolutely essential that we are very clear on what the vision is, what it is that we want to achieve. And as Jack Canfield said, when you create that vision, make it so big that when you achieve it, not if you achieve it, when you achieve it, you'll know it's only God. The COVID-19 pandemic has provided us with tremendous opportunities to be able to expand our reach beyond the geographical boundaries that we never dreamt we were capable of. And this particular session this afternoon, is such one example, because here we have persons participating from so many different jurisdictions, and the family of Lawrence Placide participating from different parts of the world. This is amazing. So I'm charging all of us, those of us who are the providers, those of us who are the service industry, those of us who are the heads of the coalition of services, those at Caribbean Export, to just expand that vision of what this program can become in order to make this happen for all of us. And I just like to close this session, this presentation, with a poem by Beverly Maidlaw that says, I can. It says, I look in the mirror and ask myself, what do I want to be? What do I want to have and do? The choice is up to me. Created in the image of God, the Bible says we are. And with God, all things are possible. So reach for the highest star. First, we have to set our goals, then create our plans. And when doubts and fears get in the way, keep on saying, I can. Face each day with confidence. Stand tall with your head held high. Believe in yourself and you will make it. You can if only you try. Dare to hold fast to your dream while you do what you must do. Always keep your eye on your vision. The wisdom inside will guide you. Take action. Get out of the shadows and step out into the sun, for the only race you can win in life is the race that you have run. We measure success by money and wealth, but so much better by far is the success of feeling the power inside when you know who you really are. Each one of us is a special person. We are all one of a kind with untapped potential that awakens when you know how to use your mind. So now when I look in the mirror, I finally love what I see. I can do anything I really want to. Thank God. Believe, achieve, and you will succeed. Go for it, my friends. I wish you blessings, success, prosperity, good health, happiness. And above all, I wish you inner peace in abundance, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you. Nicholas, over to you.
Doctor. And now, Ms. Michelle Hustler, Chief Judge, and as I said before, the Services Go Global Master Trainer will announce our winners.
Michelle, you're muted. You're muted.
Thank you, Nsambi. Thank you, moderator, Mr. Nicholas Lazarus, Prime Minister of Belize, the Honorable John Briceño, President of TTCSI, Mr. Mark Edgehill, President of the Belize Coalition of Service Providers, Dr. Dion Chamberlain Miranda, Directors of the TTCSI, Executive Director of Caribbean Export Development Agency, Mr. Deodat Maharaj, CEO TTCSI, Ms. Vashti Gayadeen, Services Specialist of Caribbean Export Development Agency, Ms. Allison Francis, CEOs and presidents of our Caribbean Coalitions of Service Industries, family of Lawrence Placide, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Participating in the Lawrence Placide Services Go Global Awards requires a significant measure of dedication and commitment. It involves participating in the 12-module Services Go Global Export Readiness Training Program, internalizing the lessons learned, and then demonstrating understanding through the crafting of a solid export plan. We therefore congratulate all entrants on their efforts, and we encourage them to continue on the path to export success. The selected winners have not only made an earnest effort with regards to their export plans, but they have also demonstrated characteristics of successful exporters that will serve them well in their export ventures. The winner of the Caribbean Lawrence Placide Services Go Global Award crafted an excellent export plan. Their company has been exporting on an ad hoc basis since early on in the company's history to Barbados, St. Lucia, Guyana, and further afield, and is now seeking to pursue an active export-focused strategy for the business. This winner was an enthusiastic and active participant in the Services Go Global training program, and their export plan exudes self-reflection and effort. Congratulations, Farah Guerrero of Belize. There is plenty of opportunity for the global marketing group across the region, and we are confident that you will be able to readily tap into this and achieve even greater export success. What I admire most about the Trinidad and Tobago Lawrence Placide Services Go Global Award winner is his commitment to the process. This winner understands that exporting does not happen overnight, that it requires ongoing effort. This winner participated in the last face-to-face iteration of the Services Go Global training program before the onset of the pandemic, and is currently participating in the Gateway to Trade program, where he's further honing his knowledge and skills. He's attended every class, submitted every assignment, and is an active participant in the session. This winner crafted a strong export plan dedicated to bringing professional facilities management services across the Caribbean and has demonstrated tenacity and grit. Congratulations, Alvin Morton. We look forward to service becoming a regional, well-known brand. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Michelle. And congratulations to Farah Guerrero and Alvin Morton. And in fact, let's hear from both of our winners.
Thank you so much, everyone. This is indeed an honor, very unexpected. Good afternoon, and thank you everyone for your presence. Welcome, Prime Minister of Belize, the Honorable John Briceño, President of the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Service Industries, Mr. Mark Edgehill, CEO of the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Service Industries, Ms. Vashti Gayadeen, Executive Director of the Caribbean Export Development Agency, Mr. Deodat Maharaj, Services Specialist with the Caribbean Export Development Agency, Ms. Allison Francis, Executive Director of the Belize Coalition of Service Providers, Mrs. Dion Chamberlain Miranda, distinguished guests, family, and friends. I am humbled, to say the least, to be selected as a 2021 Caribbean Lawrence Placide Services Go Global Award. This is an achievement that I don't take lightly and accept on behalf of my Belizean entrepreneurs and the colleagues in my cohort who aspire to leave their mark on their developing nations. This award is a very personal milestone for me. It does not indicate the end of the road, but rather only a highlighting moment on my journey to ensure my success in the execution of my export plan. This is only the beginning of the extra work and effort that lie ahead. The journey to completion was months in the making, with intensive training provided through the courtesy of the TTCSI, the BCSP, the Carib Export Development Agency, and the Global Links Network. The opportunity to participate in the Services Go Global training program and to network with great minds from our sister states within the Caribbean were vital to my growth during these sessions. Over time, I've realized that to be successful, one must have the courage to take chances, the humility to accept praise with gratitude, and the right judgment to be secure in your capabilities, even when your greatest supporters have no faith in the process. With the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, I was forced to critically examine my business platform and service offerings and to deliver what was most certainly lacking in our region, digitization. In times of uncertainty, businesses must be resilient enough to adapt when change is required in order to offer our clients a sense of security in the fact that they're continuously receiving quality services for their investment. Like the namesake, Mr. Lawrence Placide, it is my hope that a Caribbean company will one day become the go-to service provider on an international scale. As a graduate of the Services Go Global Export Readiness Training Program, I was privileged to receive the much needed support I required to enhance the strength of my existing export marketing strategy. The ultimate goal of the Services Go Global Training Program is to produce a high-performing export-ready plan that will lead to export growth opportunities within the region and beyond. I would say they've accomplished just that. The mentoring and expert guidance equipped me with the relevant tools necessary to identify areas for improvement, while the brainstorming and group collaboration activities played a pivotal role in preparing my company to be strategically positioned to take on the export planning process in a more effective manner. I take this opportunity to thank the dream team, Dion, Michelle, Ensambi, Vashti, Kavita, and Allison. The collaboration between these coalitions and the Carib Export Development Agency is invaluable to the development of the service industry in the Caribbean. Without your unwavering guidance, support, and dedication, this would not have been possible. I seek to become at least half the strong female mentors that you guys are, and look forward to our continued partnerships in the future. In closing, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind aspiring entrepreneurs that change is inevitable. Don't be afraid of it. Welcome it, learn from it. But ultimately, whether that change is good or bad depends on you. Once again, thank you so much for the honor. I'm humbled.
And now we will hear from the Trinidad winner, Mr. Alvin Morton.
Thank you, moderator, Mr. Nicholas Lazarus. Prime Minister of Belize, the Honorable John Briceño. President of TTCSI, Mr. Mark Edgett. President of the Belize Coalition of Service Providers, Dr. Dion Chamberlain. Directors of the TTCSI. Executive Director of Caribbean Export, Mr. Deodat Maharaj. CEO of TTCSI, Ms. Vashti Gayadi. Services Specialist, Caribbean Export Development Association, Ms. Alison Francis. CEOs and presidents of our Caribbean Coalitions of Services Industries. Family of the late Lawrence Larry Placide. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Economies of scale are not as important as the scale of your imagination. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hands. It is not the movement of the clock that produces the newness of life. It is the movement in your mind. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that somehow the dots will connect in your future. 4 quotes. The first from the late Lawrence Larry Placide himself, as then president of TTCSI at the opening dinner and gala for Services Week in 2009. 2009. The second from Bob Proctor, the third from Bishop T.D. Jakes, and the last from the late Steve Jobs. Napoleon Hill is credited with saying that imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known. Perhaps Larry had this in his thoughts whilst he penned the speech in 2009. Indeed, looking backwards, this award today is seemingly an apt example of a dot referred to by Steve Jobs. It began with when a colleague of mine saw something in the daily newspapers in 2019. It moved her mind, if not imagination, with such excitement that she exclaimed, "Let's ask Eddie, CEO of Service Limited, to attend this." It was an invitation to attend the Services Go Global program, scheduled to run during the week of October 14th to 18th, 2019. Part of our senior management team's previous discussions for some time centered around the question, how do we export our service? Edward and I came from manufacturing, where export was a staple, not a standoff. How to replicate this in a services organization? It was and is a question that remained firmly held in our heads. By the end of October 2019, we had a draft one-page export plan, admittedly more clarity, and yet in hindsight, still unconnected dots. December 18th, 2019, the senior team at Service Limited had a strategy session. The number one opportunity identified inter alia was regional opportunities. The first confirmed case of COVID-19 in TNT was announced in March 2020, and shortly thereafter, our first regional inquiry was received. It would lead ultimately to what is referred to in the Services Go Global training as the Mode 3 strategy: set up a subsidiary branch or strategic alliance. The answer was clearer, if not closer, to our hands. I am truly grateful, thankful, and appreciative to the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries and their associates for the nomination, much less the selection of servers from the many equally deserving and certainly well-qualified submissions. Permit me to congratulate Farah Guerrero from Belize, a country which I was fortunate enough to have traveled to on several occasions during the years 1995 to 1999 in my previous undertaking with a manufacturing concern. I look forward to the opportunity, Farah, to converse further with you as time and occasion suitably afford. Success often has many contributors. Accordingly, I wish to acknowledge and express thanks to my service colleagues, management, and staff for their collective and individual contributions, support, and encouragement. It would also be remiss of me not to acknowledge the critical, constructive comments from coaches Tamu Brown and Michelle Hustler as the plan palpably progressed towards its final stages. To my wife, Nyla, our daughters, Anaya and Naomi, who supported me on this sojourn in many ways for which words are barely adequate to convey. Thanks also to my parents, siblings, and many others who have made this moment possible. I close with a quotation from the late Lawrence Placide, made at the opening dinner and gala services week in 2009. Selling services is also about confidence. It is about being sure that the product of your mind will be useful, even indispensable to your client. May the scale of our imagination be the insurance that the products of our minds are invariably indispensable to our clients. I thank you for the opportunity. Moderator, Nicholas Lazarus.
Wow. 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 Amazing. 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 Amazing, Mr. Alvin. You're so talented, so eloquent. Wow.
Yes, indeed, Doctor. And again, congratulations to the awardees. I'm sure all our attendees could confirm that those addresses were extremely inspiring and well-deserved on your awards. Ladies and gentlemen, Caribbean Export and the TTCSI are extremely honored to have the Honorable John Briceño, Prime Minister of Belize, as our keynote speaker this evening. John Antonio Briceño, affectionately known as Johnny Briceño, is the 5th Belizean politician to serve as the Prime Minister of Belize. He served as leader of the People's United Party, PUP, and the leader of the opposition from 2008 to 2011. Previously, he was Deputy Prime Minister from 1998 to 2007. On February 8, 2016, Briceño again became leader of the opposition in Belize. In his decade in government, Johnny Briceño served as Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of the Natural Resources and the Environment. He also assisted the Prime Minister with many of his international obligations. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prime Minister of Belize, Mr. John Briceño.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I deliver warm greetings from the people of Belize. First and foremost, I wish to congratulate the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries for extending this annual award to nationals of the CARIFORUM states. The people of Belize welcomed this move and your leadership in bringing the regional coalitions together. However, I am extremely excited to see that upon opening this auspicious award to the entire Caribbean, a Belizean entrepreneur is the 2021 winner. Many of our Belizean entrepreneurs have committed to the unique training opportunity that the Caribbean Export Development Agency, with funding from the European Union, has brought to the region with the Services Go Global program. Ms. Farah Guerrero and our stars across the Caribbean have applied themselves to the level of creating this opportunity for themselves, their businesses, and ultimately our respective countries by committing themselves to embrace this opportunity brought to them by the Belize Coalition of Service Providers. Through their unique offerings of new goods and services, our entrepreneurs have broken away from tradition and indirectly supported their own freedom by deciding to expand their service delivery globally. Overall, this improves our small country's quality of life, greater morale, and economic freedom. Entrepreneurs can change the way we live and work. When successful, their revolutions will improve our standard of living. In addition to creating wealth from their entrepreneurial ventures, they also create jobs and the conditions for a flourishing society. Entrepreneurial capital is deemed as a region's endowment with factors conducive to the creation of new businesses, and it exerts a positive impact on the region's economic output. Regions with a higher level of entrepreneurship capital show higher levels of output and productivity. In contrast, those lacking entrepreneurship capital tend to generate lower levels of output and productivity. At a regional level, the heads of government must do more to support the services sector. This is a cause that I am ready to champion. I am also aware that the TTCSI is leading the way in collecting trading services data, which is valuable in tracking the performance of services in the region, thereby ensuring that policymakers are guided by robust data analytics. I wish to call upon the TTCSI to share these strategies with our other CSIS in the region. Evidence indicates that entrepreneurial capital plays a very important role in creating growth across sectors. Our government sees entrepreneurship capital, especially in the service industry, as extremely important to the economy. The service sector is over 60% of Belize's revenue base, which is why we see such value in the Belize Coalition of Service Providers and other coalitions in the region. Entrepreneurs create new businesses by breaking new paths in new goods and services, resulting in new employment, producing a cascading effect or virtuous circle in the economy. Entrepreneurs add to national income. Entrepreneurial ventures generate new wealth. New and improved offerings, products, or technologies from entrepreneurs enable new markets to develop and create new wealth. Additionally, the cascading effect of increased employment and higher earnings contribute to better national income in the form of higher tax revenues. The government can use this revenue to invest in other struggling sectors and human capital. Entrepreneurs also create social change. The Services Go Global training is important in helping our entrepreneurs prepare to offer service over digital means, bringing much foreign exchange into our countries. The qualities that make one an entrepreneur are the same qualities that motivate entrepreneurs to take it forward. Businesses in our country are seeing the value of social entrepreneurship. My government sees entrepreneurs as national assets to be refined, motivated, and reimbursed to the greatest extent possible. This award will do just that for Farah Guerrero, our winner today. In closing, I wish to congratulate the other winners of this evening's awards. My government pledges our support to services providers and looks forward to the successes of the Service Go Global program graduates in the region. I endorse the work of the coalitions of services industries and once again commend the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Services Industries and Caribbean Export for making this award available to Caribbean nationals. Belize is pleased to receive the inaugural Caribbean Lawrence Placide Award 2021. Thank you all. Congratulations, Farah, and all of you who have provided this honor. The Service Go Global training will continue to prepare entrepreneurs in the service sector, and we will no longer be confined by the borders of our countries when we trade. The world is now our global marketplace.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. We're honored to have you this evening with those words. I now call upon Ms. Alison Francis, Services Specialist at the Caribbean Export Development Agency, to deliver remarks.
Well, a pleasant good afternoon to one and all. To the Honorable Mr. John Briseno, Prime Minister of Belize, Mr. Mark Edgell, President of the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition of Service Industry, Dr. Dion Chamberlain, the President of the Belize Coalition of Service Providers, Vashti Gayadeen, the CEO for TTCSI, all the CEOs of the coalitions of the Caribbean that are present here this afternoon, to SGG participants, our winners, Farah and Alvin, the media, but last but not least, to the family of my dear friend and colleague, Lawrence Placide, Larry, as I know him, as most of us know him as Larry, and especially to his dear wife, Avalon, his sisters who are present on this session here this afternoon. On behalf of the Executive Director, Mr. Deodat Maharaj, Caribbean Export, we are really pleased to have been providing the support to the Trinidad and Tobago Coalition, to all the coalitions in the development of the services sector throughout the region. We do believe as we implement our services, our strategy of the agency 2021 to 2024, as one of the major pillars, services will be the next frontier to Caribbean business. And as we look at the development of the services sector and we look at building resilience within the Caribbean, we all speak of this resilience. I do believe that services plays that key role in building the resilience of the Caribbean. I believe that services play a key role even in the manufacturing sector, because the manufacturing sector cannot exist without us in services. And so as Caribbean Export seeks to continue to position services as the next frontier in business, I want to reach out especially to all the participants of our Services Go Global program as we seek to make you more export ready, and to our winners. And understanding, the person that Larry was and what we are trying to achieve by the Lawrence Placide Award as a Caribbean nation, as Caribbean people, aiming for excellence in all what we do, aiming for excellence. And as said by Narad, you must never be too big to understand where you make mistakes, because their mistakes can be and will be made. But it's for you to make that pivot, make the change, understand where you go wrong, and do what is right to achieve the excellence that we know we can all achieve. As I go forward and I discuss with our coalitions, we have to showcase the Caribbean not just as consumers of services, but that we are excellent producers of services. And I believe this is where the coalition of services plays a crucial role, and where the Services Go Global plays a very crucial role as we increase our export and services. So on behalf of Caribbean Export, I want to once again congratulate our winners, both Farah and Alvin, for your achievement. You have worked very hard. I'm very proud of you. And Farah, as the inaugural winner of the Lawrence Placide Award, Making it Caribbean. As we all know, Lawrence was a Caribbean man. So I was really pleased when when Vashti came and said, let's make it Caribbean. And I said, you don't even have to ask me a second time. And so without much more ado, to our winners and all the participants of the Services Go Global, I want you to keep at it. You have started a course, do not give up. You may not be a winner here of the Lawrence Placide Award, but you're winners in your own respect for even being part of the course. And we know you can make it through. Caribbean Export is here to continue to support you through your coalitions and through your excellent coaches that you have with you, your master trainers who have worked with you, to continue with you to ensure that you complete your export plan. But it's not just about the completion of your export plan, but the implementation, so that we get the results that we want to achieve and we get the impact that we want to achieve. So on behalf of Caribbean Export, thank you. And to my dear friend Larry, this is excellent. Every year that I have to do this award, I am moved more and more to be part of this whole process. So once again, and TTCSI, Vashti and so has really spearheaded this, and I want to give them an extra special thank you and congratulations for pulling this all together and pushing it through and working so closely together as partners. Thank you, congratulations. Let's keep going.
Good job, Alison.
Thank you very much, Ms. Francis. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of this award ceremony. In true Lawrence Placide style, let's move a toast to the winners.
Give me 1 second to get a toast, please. I need to get that toast. 1 second.
And Alison has a special too. She'll tell you the ingredients.
The first ingredient is no surprise, but the second one is.
Alison, I was just saying that you have a special toast. And you let us know your ingredients.
Oh, no, I'm not,
Thank you.
I'm not disclosing to our 5640 how many participants. We'll have this discussion separately, but I'm toasting on behalf of Larry today. I wish I could have seen Avalon and all the others, you know, on as my dear friend. They know what Larry likes to toast with. So the Larry Placide, you know, eternal rest, and may his soul rest in peace. Amen. Great job. Great job, TTCSI. Great job, everyone. You did very well, and I want us to continue. I really need us to continue this.
Congratulations, everyone. Vashti, congratulations as well. Thank you for all your hard work and for putting.
Is it possible to open up the room further so we can hear other people?
Yes, unmute all mics.
Yes. I know Ramesh is here.
It's Friday. Ramesh, you're here. Where's Nirad?
Our Vice President wants to say something.
Hi, Diane.
Hi. Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon, Diane.
I am very pleased to be a part of this session today, and I really do admire the work that went into this, the success that it has been, and I want to congratulate Alvin and Farah on their achievements this afternoon. Vashti, we know that you have been hard at this and you continue to make us proud, as our president said, and I want to endorse that sentiment. You continue to make TTCSI proud. And to Michelle and all the others who helped to make this a success, we love working with you guys and we look forward to continued good collaboration. So thanks so much and congrats again to everyone.
So if I may just interject, this is joy here. I have to tell you, really was, so I'm looking at Alison and everybody and Michelle and, you know, familiar faces. First, I have to say congratulations to both of you. You are extremely deserving. Your speeches were very good. I also have to take my hats off definitely to our CEO, Vashti Gardine, a woman to me that has amazing energy and really is doing a fabulous job of building relationships. And there's nothing like having good relationships, as we know. I have to say that everybody's speech was very encouraging and enlightening. You know, normally when you have something, I say, oh, God, I'm going to get bored. I'm going to, you know, slip off or something. But I didn't. I listened to it all, you know. So I really have to say congratulations, everybody. I think it's very well deserved. I think this Larry Placide Award can only go further. I think it really is an award to be seriously recognized. You have to say the guy was really a pioneer. We all know how absolutely personable he is. It's a very simple man, you know, no fuss or nothing, but full of knowledge and comes across in the most unassuming way, if I could say. That is how I think of Larry. So those are my contributions, and thanks again for everybody. It really was a lovely afternoon.
Good. Good to hear you, Angela.
And this is Danny Jagannath here. And as the person who actually succeeded Larry as the president of TTCSI, I must say it is a pleasure to see all of this honor of Larry and the work, the pioneering work that he did with TTCSI, which has led to this event today. And it's a wonderful event, largely because it is a Caribbean event. And I could see this growing from strength to strength. And I can see the winners like Alvin and Farah really pulling along others in the region and setting the examples for them to follow. And this is what we need in the region. We need to actually recognize the people who are excelling within the region, and more so, people who are excelling at the entrepreneurial level and the SME level and so on, because these are the people who are actually going to be the winners in the future, the large companies of the future. So congratulations to the winners, and I'm actually so happy to see this this ceremony take place, and it is such a wonderful, uplifting ceremony. Congratulations to all.
Thank you, Mr. Jagannath. I see Natalie wants to say something. Natalie?
Yes, thank you and good afternoon to everyone. Congratulations to the winners and of course the organizers who have put this together. And you know, it's really great to honor Larry in this way. I echo the statements before about Larry's commitment to excellence, about him being probably one of the best people somebody could meet and work with. I mean, and just that he's a consummate diplomat, professional and friend. So I have a lot of great memories, and it's really exciting to be seeing this come to fruition, because in my own career, I've witnessed then the increased familiarity with services right alongside Alison, to see us develop this this cadre of expertise. And Michelle, you know, back from when she was at the BCSI. So this event for me marks a milestone for us as a Caribbean region in terms of not just understanding services, but excelling in services and becoming more confident. And that regional confidence in our capability, I think, is going to really propel us. And I think it was Vashti who said that one of the silver linings for the COVID pandemic has been that we just really had to step up in terms of our use of ICT. And what's happening here is a great demonstration of what can happen when you're pushed and when you decide not to give up. So, you know, just congrats to everybody, and looking forward to seeing more on services and link with manufacturing and just excellence for the region. It's very exciting.
Dr. Dion, thanks, Natalie.
Thank you. I wanted to first of all congratulate both Alvin and Farah. Thank you for doing the work, because the reality is you all are winners today because you committed to the program, you did your work, and you delivered an excellent project for yourself to be actually rolled out into a program to improve your business. So many people get these opportunities, but not many embrace it. And so I want to applaud you for that. And not to take the highlight off of you, but I also wanted to thank Vashti, Kavita, and the entire TTSI team. And Mark, I welcome you on board, because I want you to realize that a lot of our coalitions, because of COVID, lost funding from the government, were not able to do things. And your team has actually pulled the coalition together across the Caribbean. And without them, we would not be able to participate at this level, because we don't have offices, we don't have executive directors, we don't have all of that. We are really working off of volunteerism and all of that. And so without a community, we're merely commodities. And so I want to tell you that during this past 18, 24 months, whatever it is that we've been dealing with, your team has been instrumental to supporting me and my board directly. And so it is important to realize that sometimes we support each other indirectly, and the Belize Coalition of Service Providers is really alive because of people like your team who says, no, just send it in, just do it. We're going to send it in for you. We're going to party, we're going to handle it. Don't worry, Dion, we're going to do it for you. And so at the very end of the day, this is not only a celebration of commitment, getting the work done and delivering, but it's really a celebration of community, which I believe that the TTCSI has really shown to all of us. From the day that all of us became trained by Caribbean Export in being able to train, to the point of getting this rolling out and keeping us alive during this very difficult time. So I hope that this win that Farah has created for us has not only created her win, but now creates a regional understanding by the governments and the CARIFORUM region that we need governmental support for the service sector to rise. So I thank Vashti and Alvin for raising us in recognizing, in getting the governments to understand our value and what is being done with the work. And that could not have happened had the work not continued despite the lack of funding that we received. So Vashti and everyone there, I raise this glass on Lawrence Placide's behalf, on behalf of Alvin, on behalf of Farah, but it's really, it is where I feel sincere gratitude for you all having stood by me, even personally, throughout this past 2 difficult years. So to COVID ending, to Mr. Lawrence Placide rising and resting in peace, but rising in glory, and to our winners today. Thank you. And thank you, Mark.
You're most welcome, Dion. Dion, should we tell them how we were able to land the Prime Minister of Belize?
I often tell Vashti, you know, it's really where the universe conspires in your favor. And so Vashti can tell you that she always has impeccable timing for some reason. I don't know. I think she has a monitor on me, but I don't really know. I'm gonna check it in my system and see what's going on. But she always calls me when the moment is right. I don't know why. Tell them what it is, Vashti. I don't know.
Yeah, so I called Dion and she wasn't answering. So I said, I know she had this, she went to Alaska on a cruise, and that was the only time she never responded to me. So I WhatsApp, I said, you need to take this call. I have good news for you. So she calls me back and she said, she's whispering, she said, I say, you all won the Lawrence Placide Award. She said, Vashti, I can't talk now. I am at the Prime Minister's office. So I say, could you ask him to deliver the keynote address? Silence. She said, can I get back to you? So I say, sure. We will write the speech, don't worry. And within half an hour, she said, could you send? He said, yes, but send everything, all the information. And that's how we got it. And I think that really is who Lawrence Placide was. Larry was that type of people that could bring people together.
You know, I'm glad that you know, Dion brought it up, and we've spoken about it before, but building the community. And that's what we need right now, that community, pulling the coalitions, the weak ones to the strong ones, but building that community of the services sector so it can bring everybody in together, mentor each other, coach each other, and help each other along in our projects. And it's not about whether I support the Trinidad Coalition of Service Industry, I mean, as a Caribbean export under our EU funding, but it's about funding regional services sector development so that when we do an engagement, the services go global. It was not only about TTCSI. And yes, Vashti said, you know, we're going to make it all regional. Let's pull the others. If even the funding, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do it joint. We started off TTCSI, Jamaica, and Belize. Let's do it. So let us do it together. And that's what I like, that community and building that community. And I really want us to continue that and build that community and formalize it even better so that we can really help each other to come along and continue to survive in this time.
Alison, I don't mean to bombard you, but she already has us meeting next week and we're coming up with a whole pile of projects that will be regional for you to approve. So I just want to give you a little heads up on that.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to receiving.
The conspiring has already begun.
Good. Very good.
All right. We know you're going on leave, so when you come back, we have some solid proposals for you.
Yes, today was my last day. I'm off from Monday.
Please
yes.
Make Jamaica is included. We need it bad.
We have to talk on the side.
And I really have to commend Kavita and Nicholas, who Jessie May, she came in contact with a COVID patient, so she was unable to moderate. Nicholas stepped up. Kavita has become a master Zoom specialist. Kavita is somebody who would just go on YouTube and research everything. Kavita, Nicholas, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Vashti. Have a good weekend and a safe weekend, everyone.
You as well. Right. Thank you, Alison. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations.
Farah and Alvin, once again, congrats.
Thank you so much, everyone, for all the hard work and the efforts that you put in. This is, I'm at a loss for words. I was laughing earlier today, telling a friend it was the first time ever that I could not say a word. And anyone who knows me, that's not me. So,
Farah, your Prime Minister came just for you.
Just because of you.
I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. This is awesome. It was the boost that we needed after the COVID-19 pandemic hit. When Dion reached out and asked us about that, participating in Services Go Global, I had no idea what I was getting into, but it was really intensive, and Sambi and Michelle did an excellent job. They followed up, they ensured that we knew the coursework, and we carried it through. And here we are today. It was quite a surprise, honest. Thank you so much. Your efforts are really, really appreciated.
All right. You did the work, Farah.
Thank you, Nsambi. And congratulations again, Alvin.
Thank you very much, Farah. Thank you very much, members of TTCSI. Thank you very much, Michelle. Your comments on that plan together with Tamu Brown were very clinical, very helpful. And I was informing Vashti when she mentioned that I was a finalist. I can say it now because I was sworn to secrecy previously. I said, Vashti, you have provided me with a bright spot amongst many not so bright moments on that day. It is indeed an honor, a privilege to have been given this award on behalf of Silvers. And in another forum, we were discussing with Vashti, Edward, and myself. And we were saying to her, this is not a tabletop exercise for us. This is an active pursuit. And just today, my CEO and I were having a discussion about it, because we had set a pretty aggressive perspective some years back. And inevitably, what is on offer through this program and extended in Gateway to Trade will definitely assist us in, as I say, achieving in our hands what we have been holding as questions in our heads. So, and I must acknowledge Diane Joseph, the coach, current coach, one of my coaches for the Gateway to Trade program, for her feedback and comments. The information shared there is, I think, priceless. And we hope that through this forum, we can be seen as encouragers of others in the service arena to duplicate, if not exceed, that which our counterparts in manufacturing have become known for. I return the virtual spotlight to you, Madam CEO.
On that note, you all, the TTCSI photographer was a bit busy today. That's Kavita Chamka. But Kavita, we actually have a tangible plaque for you all. So could you give them a glimpse of what they will be receiving shortly? Photographer.
Where's Kavita?
Nicholas, Kavita there?
Let me just.
Yes, I am.
There we go.
Okay.
You're waiting to do the reveal?
Yes, so very soon, Farah, you will be receiving this via Federal Express. And Alvin, we are hoping sometime early next week, you can stop by for an in-person receipt of your award.
By President Edgel.
So, and we will be sure to share the photos, of course.
Great, excellent. I have two young bosses here that is demanding my undivided attention.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks, everyone. Yes, all the best, all the best. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
All the
Have a good
best.
evening.
If we don't see again, Merry Christmas in
That
advance.
is true, yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Everybody stay safe.
Yes.
Continue to be safe.
Thank you, thank you. You too.
Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year.
And a Happy New Year as well.
Okay, good.
Hope you've been well, Ms. Francis.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.